Hello and welcome to another live broadcast of Number Station. This is a radio station that trawls the airwaves, casting an ambient net into the sea of kilohertz to see what radio oddities we can discover. Last week saw the first ever live broadcast, and we managed a trip right around the globe listening to amateur radio and shortwave transmissions. But let's see what we can find this evening. If you're listening to this broadcast through YouTube, I'd be grateful of a subscription, as it really does help me out. Now the bands are a little quiet tonight, but I'm sure we can find something to listen to. Let's give it a go and see what we can find.
Departure information, Oscar, time 1750 hours, departure runway 05 left, runway 05 left, runway condition codes 5, 5, 5, wet, depth not reported, coverage 100%, 100%, chemically treated.
Link Bravo 1 and taxiway Alpha at Alpha 3 are closed. Departing aircraft will be required to backtrack as directed by air traffic control. Minimum time on the runway required.
This wind 06011 knots, visibility 10 kilometer or more, fuel 2,600 feet, scattered 4,300 feet, temperature +6, dew point +2, QNH 908 hectopascal, acknowledge receipt of information, Oscar, and report aircraft type on first contact with Manchester delivery. Manchester departure information, Oscar, time 1750 hours, departure runway 05 left.
Clubs and groups to help them prepare for the licensing changes. The RSCB will continue to release its information and support for radio amateurs as we all adapt to the new arrangements. You can read more details and guidance on the Ofcom website at tinyurl.
We're doing it a lot more now. Hopefully, I'm looking in the future to probably get a high-tech rig. I was looking at the Zoidu X6100. Yeah, that's about my price range, and also they've got the built-in sound card, so I'm quite interested in having a go at the data mode and being a programmer. So that does appeal to me, but it's going to require a bit more investment than getting a long antenna stuck up in the garden rather than just a piece of waste pipe with some coaxial in it in the loft space. So back to you, DG4SKN M7OPR.
M7OPR, DG4SKN. Pedestrian mobile, yeah, fine business. Ian, yeah, I've got the 6100. Looks like good. To be honest, I haven't used it much, but it's absolutely brilliant thing. Had it a while, I had to
Go Friday. It was extremely successful. Our balloon got up to 31 kilometers high, 31,000 meters. It exactly as predicted. It traveled horizontally about another 30 kilometers and landed 300 meters from prediction. We were about 2 blocks away from where it landed. Very funny story. Circling around looking for it, and all of a sudden it went dead. And we're all, oh no, what the hell happened? And a few seconds later, the phone rings. And this guy, kind of with this rough voice, goes, "Hey, I think I found a copy." And Adrian thought it was a crank phone call at first. I was about to hang up, and I said, "You found the balloon?" Adrian all of a sudden perked up. "Oh yeah!" Started talking to this guy, and he had been walking his dog, Mark, school park, and the balloon started coming down, and with the parachute and the flat, it's all lit up with lights at night. It was about, what was it, about 8:30 at night, and it was all lit up and very quiet, of course. And he thought, first I thought it was a helicopter, and then I realized it wasn't a helicopter, and then I thought maybe somebody was dropping drugs out of an airplane. And that was what he was most excited about. And then he grabbed it, took it home with him, and a few blocks away, the dog walk was over, and he called us, and we ran over there, and we got it. We were very close to him, and very excited that we had it. We had it in no time. We were actually really surprised. Break. We are not the balloon the Americans are talking about. Yes, that is a hobby balloon. It's not the kind we use. I think the description of it is probably up there saying it's 50 feet across. I find that hard to believe. Our balloon bursts at 25 and a half feet across, and it bursts at, I have a feeling that balloon was probably one that did not have enough gas in it and has not gotten up to burst altitude, and it's probably just drifting aimlessly. The latex of the balloon will break down from ultraviolet radiation very quickly. It should last, probably wouldn't last more than a few days, and then it'll just burst anyway. I heard people asking this question about that. It's not us. We don't really care. As our friend in Halifax, the E1EP, was saying, there are about 100 pico balloons in the air right now around the world. And Americans want to chase them with F-22s, whatever. Waste gas on that. God bless them. Enjoy the ride. It's pretty high altitude to go up to get these things from where we are. But anyway, that was it. We had a great time, and I'm going to do a couple more again here to probably end of March, early April. We're going to be doing 2 more picos, and then the sun is warm and the weather is nice. We're going to do another high altitude. We do have a GoFundMe. We'll break again.
For the coming week, and enjoy your radio amateur hobby during the starting spring. It's my pleasure to have you in the log for the first time. Leave it for you for the last hour. Italy Tango 9, Lima Echo Whiskey Oscar Hotel 8 Romeo X-ray.
Japan grid. QSL Paul. Looks well, I understand you with 5 by 9. 5 by 9. Golf Mike 0 Echo Delta Juliet SM5. It's at CJ.
Repita el modo nominativo, Roger.
Roger.
India Whiskey 3, Hotel Oscar India, India Whiskey 3, Hotel Oscar India. Okay, QSL, India, Washington 3, Hotel Oscar India. This is Echo Alpha 4, Bravo, Whiskey Delta, ascolta. Grazie mille, buonasera, encantado de escoltarte en la España, acá en Madrid. Italia, Whiskey 3, Hotel Oscar India, Echo Alpha 4, Bravo, Whiskey Delta, te ascolta, Bandi. QSL, your 5x9, 459, ti ascolto bene, I listen you very loud and clear, so I hope you a lot of QSL for this night. Back to you, Echo Alpha 4, Bravo, Whiskey Delta from India, Whiskey 3, Hotel Oscar India. Ok, dime el tuo nombre, per favore, avanti. Mi nombre es Diego, Delta India, Echo Golf Oscar. Roger, Diego, grazie nuovamente per la tua gentilezza. Bene, te ascolto con 5-9. Yo me encuentro en questo momento aquí próximo al estadio del Real Madrid, acá en la parte norte de Madrid. Te estoy escoltando con un equipamiento de la Yaesu Vostro Tango 767 Golden Lane. En antena, in questo momento un'antena direzionale, 2 elementi monobanda di costruzione propria, ok? Tutti quanti dietro il disco spazio, il disco guardia del memory, ok? Diego?
Hai visto solo 593? Lasciami il dettaglio.
Que aquilo foi como fiz aquilo para enrasco. O meu futuro era um dia mais tarde fazer uma torre e pôr por aqui uma torre. Isso aí já subia, descia, isso aí era fácil. Ia ali ao motor, no comando, botava aquilo para baixo, pronto, isto estava seguro. Agora isto não, pá, ela está ali suportada ali em cima, só inclina para o lado e fica praticamente na horizontal à altura do telhado aqui da oficina. Fica a antena assim na horizontal e o corpo da torre. Mas tenho que abaixar também quando não está muito vento, porque senão aquilo começa a gingar.
Zulu Charlie Juliet 73 and all the best.
Alpha November 44 Alpha Lima, listen, 5 to 10 up. Eco Bravo 1, foto de Covito, saludos 59. 33, gracias, Alpha November 44 Alpha Lima, listen, 5 to 10 up. Alpha November 44 Alpha Lima, listen, 5 to 10 up.
You're listening to a live transmission from Number Station, the online radio station that goes fishing for radio oddities around the world. I hope you're enjoying it so far. Please subscribe or drop us a like if you're listening to this via YouTube. It really does help. Now, the weather outside isn't great. It's actually pretty terrible. So what I do instead is I use web SDRs to be able to hook into and fish for these transmissions, and I will drop a link in the description where possible to a video that I once did recently about using web SDRs. Basically, if you're without a radio and are interested in what you're hearing, in this episode, then web SDRs might be a nice way for you to go fishing for these radio oddities yourself. You're basically taking control of someone else's receiver via an internet connection through your web browser. And as you're seeing here, you can see the waterfall. So these are the signals that are being picked up currently. And you just use your mouse to tune around, as you can probably see me doing now and through this episode if you're watching on YouTube. But eventually I would like to take my radios out and about, get up high and start mixing the transmissions received with the ambient backing tracks that you're also hearing in this episode. I'd like to do that in real time, out in the field, somewhere high on a nice summer's day. It'll come, but not at the minute. And you're listening to Number Station in the warm comfort of indoors. Let's go fishing once again, and let's take a trip around the globe to see who we can hear and see what we can catch in our ambient net this evening.
Que eu tenho aqui, porque isto aqui também para onde é que eu estou, isto não, a bem dizer, não é meu, ok? É de casa, mas não é meu. Um dia mais tarde, não sei até se tenho que sair daqui ou não. Portanto, está como diz o ditado, não vou fazer filhos e mulheres alheias, embora que eu faça uma coisa.
Sunday every week from 2 p.m. On Tuesday, members are meeting from 8 p.m. in their club room and via Zoom. On Thursday, members will be meeting for a coffee break.
Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Whiskey. My call is Victor Echo 5, Uniform Oscar Dave in Saskatoon. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate that. And that's a great way to learn. Obviously, is build. And Hamfest can be a great source of a good quality and obviously equipment that needs to be refurbished, upgraded, or can contribute to another project for sure. I too enjoy Hamfest as well. We don't have many of them here, although every year there's a flea market down in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, which much of us go down to and manage to find some great things every year when we go down there. And good luck on your advanced studies and putting them to practice. That's great to hear, Chris. Thanks for checking in. Down the list of Victor Echo 3. Well, Cam in Belleville. Cam, how do you get how do you obtain your radio gear? Go ahead.
5UO, this is VE3GVG. Name is Cam, location Belleville. Actually, from a number of different sources. It all depends really on the item. The IC-705, it was new.
I'm asking for some research, I think, that. We'll have to see. Okay, on the Tate rig that you've got there, Lawrence, that would be great. If you could dig one out, bring it down with the information, I'll certainly have a go at getting it going. Maybe we can get a 4-meter net going. Jim might be a better signal on 4 meters if you can find that rig, Jim. I know that's why they were using it on the Rainet exercise, because they actually did some tests and they were really struggling to get between the checkpoints on 2 meters, but they found out that 4 meters was actually quite a workable signal for exactly the same paths. So that was why they were doing it. It was a very enjoyable day. Got there about 11:30, got away about 4:45, took my tripod and stuck there white.
But, Tom, I don't hear you. Let's try one more time. KK7QAV. Go right ahead. Let's unmark you as checked in and come back to you in a minute or so. Maybe you can get whatever problem you have there straightened out. In the meantime, let's talk to our friend Douglas, the Thursday net controller for the Alaska Morning Net. How you doing, Douglas? I hope you've got as nice weather over there as we have here. KM4 VPG from K0KOA.
K0KON, KM4 VPG, Douglas, Fed, Alabama. Roll Tide, roll. Hello to the Alaska One Net family. Hope everybody's had a good day so far. And hello to my buddy Jade up in New City. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing real well myself. Well, yesterday to get my sweet onion chicken teriyaki on my track. It was pretty warm. I couldn't resist it. So, anyway, that's out of the way. Temperature here is 68 degrees. Feel like 68 degrees. And I haven't had any thoughts of having to do any of that. I done got so old that I just stuck at home and don't want to do much of anything. I did get me a chameleon antennas, some stuff, and I think I'm
You've been listening to Number Station, the online radio station that trawls the sea of kilohertz to see if we can catch any radio oddities and peer into that little window into people's lives. I hope you've enjoyed our trip round the globe this evening. If you're still wanting to listen to more, then you can visit the website numberstation.co.uk, where there are some little recordings of previously found oddities, all set against these ambient backing tracks. I hope you've enjoyed listening. Don't forget, we do a live broadcast every Sunday evening, and we hope to see you again soon. Take care, and thanks for listening. That web's address again, numberstation.co.uk. Thanks for listening.